Today on the Happi House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff, I'm with fashion designer and stylist Christopher Straub, and he's going to help me reboot my closet. And then, I don't ever believe in tricking my kids. I'll just say, hey, taste it and tell me if you like it. And then I will be like, there's kale in there, just so you know you eat kale now. And then they're like, oh, okay. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Happi. I learned early on, things are much easier with a little help. I also have a few tricks of my own to share. It's go time, people. Welcome to the Happi House, presented by Creative Kid Stuff. I'm here with fashion designer and stylist Christopher Straub, and he is going to help me navigate my closet.
Well, absolutely, and I think it really begins with you going through your closet and getting rid of the clutter so you know exactly what you have.
Christopher, I love cardigans, but one problem I have with cardigans is I have a lot of times the same color cardigan because I gravitate towards certain colors, and I'm wondering if they're taking up too much space.
So if I look at these two, there's, this is that more drapey front one. It has different occasions you can wear this, and then, the button front, there's, this is a great daytime item. So do you own this in black? That's a key question.
As chance would have it, I do.
Okay.
Because I own a lot of cardigans.
All right.
So.
Well, then I would say keep this in black because that can take you into evening.
Okay.
So then you can eliminate that, and this is a great daytime one, and it's also great for spring.
So I could keep this for my casual wear because I don't need two casual light pink sweaters, and then keep the black one.
That's right.
For evening. Okay. I also am one problem I have is I tend to like the same things when I go shopping, and so. Clearly, I'm a fan of red checkered items.
Red gingham. I see it. I see you wearing it. And that's really easy for us to buy duplicate things because we know we look good in them. This is a very specific look. This has a trend feel to it, but not as much versatility. This one looks very now, very fresh. You can layer this. You can layer on top of this and layer underneath it, and I think you're gonna get a lot more wear out of this style than this.
Okay.
So I might have to just pull this away from you, and
That's
I'll put this back here.
All right. This is another top I have that I absolutely love, but for some reason never grab it. What do you think about this?
I think this is an example of a lotta look, right? And there's statement pieces, and then there's shirts like this, okay? There's a lot going on, and I think you can't build onto this outfit because you already have two different plaids. You've got an odd neckline, a third print here, gathering, and pockets, and contrasts here with
another detail.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a lot.
So this is one of those pieces that is by itself a winner with jeans.
Okay.
Done. But if you were to take any element of this and turn it into another shirt, you'd be able to wear it with almost any outfit.
Got it. So I can't, obviously, there's all this pattern mixing going on. There's no room for anything else.
You can't add anything else. It really is like, this is the statement.
So it takes up a lot of space.
And to be honest, I don't like the statement. So I'm gonna take this one from you. I'm gonna take it over here.
That's fine. I find that to be really frustrating when I spend money on things and then they just sit in my closet.
Well, especially when you think about it that as valuable real estate, that you could have those pieces that you feel confident in whatever day.
Okay, in addition to cardigans, I love scarves, and I'm not sure how this happened or how it developed, but it's a thing. I have a lot of scarves. So I'm looking at all of these scarves I have here. Some even still have a tag on them.
All right.
And I'm kind of wondering, again, what to keep, what to get rid of. So I've got there's a lot of scarves.
This is a lot of scarves. Well, I won't make you feel so bad about the scarves because these are an easy add-on to any outfit, right? Because you don't need to base it on the scarf, right? The thing that I do notice is repetitions of colors. If you have too many whites, too many ivories, too many black, then you're not getting the usability out of them that you could. Exactly. Pick your favorites, and I'm sure there's a friend of yours that would be happy to take your scarves because
take some scarves off my hands.
Exactly, because these are great. When it comes down to items with the tag's still on, and I see a bunch here, those are the ones to take a thoughtful look at and go, I clearly have never worn this, but I feel bad about having spent the hard-earned money on it. Exactly. So what is the value of it? Is it really just that you don't want to waste the money, or what?
Maybe think about gifting it at that point.
They're easy to gift if you've got friends or donations. Yep. They love new stuff, and that brings even more to the community too. And also think about it, if you really only spent, even though it's brand new and there's still the tags on it, if you only spent a couple bucks on it, if it was on clearance, don't feel so bad about getting rid of it from your wardrobe. That's a really good point.
Okay, also, everyone says you should have a denim shirt.
Yes.
Everyone says that, and I have purchased 2 of them. One actually does still have the tag on it, and then this one I took the tag off because I've tried to wear it several times. Is maybe denim just not my thing, or what? Because I never feel quite right in it. Maybe
you need someone like me to look at you in the denim shirt, because I'll tell you how to wear it. You know, there's all those questions about how do I wear denim if I'm wearing jeans already, and the key is to mix, don't match.
Okay, mix, don't match. Yes, got
mix,
it.
Don't match. If I was wearing these jeans, I would probably not be wearing this top, right?
You might wear this one?
But I might wear this one, okay? All right. Or you use neutrals as the base. So go with the khakis, go with the gray pants or the black pants. This is amazing. Throw on one of these red scarves or ColourPop scarves, you're ready to roll. There's items that I need to see in your wardrobe, and we'll go through starting with a little black dress. Now this is
the LBD?
Yes. Every lady needs an LBD, and it doesn't have to be a going out dress. It doesn't have to have the shimmer and the sparkle. It could just be basics that you can dress up for work, dress down for the weekend, or even dress up and add those bling pieces to make it into evening. But you don't have to start with an evening dress.
So when we're talking about real estate, this is a prime contender because it takes up very little space and it does a whole bunch of things.
It's gonna solve a lot of problems for you.
Okay. Then, oh, I like what I'm seeing right here.
Yes. So we need a handbag that's also a utility bag. So one of those oversized totes that's gonna get you in and out anywhere you need to go. You throw your wallet in there, or even has that polish to it that you can take that to a boardroom meeting. You can take that out in the evening as well. But those oversized bags are gonna solve a lot of problems for you as well.
They do. My bags actually cause me problems too because I shove so many things into them, but it's great because I just always have what I need. Now, how do you feel about one tote? Should I go more glossy on the tote? If I'm gonna pick one, more glossy or muted? What do you think?
I like a statement bag. But that means you have to tie it back to your outfit. Okay. So anything with those neutrals, those tan, black, gray, white, those are gonna have more occasions in them, and
more bang for your buck.
Exactly, you're gonna gravitate to them quicker.
Perfect. All right. So then let's go here.
A perfect pair of fitted jeans, and I like them in a light wash and a dark wash, and I think those are going to be your go-to for any day that fit well. And you take a lot of time when you go into the fitting rooms. Might as well find something that's perfect, right?
And I think a lot of people are afraid to have, if the jeans aren't exactly right, they might pass them up. You can get the waist taken in or a hem for probably like $8 on the waist and $8 on the hem. I mean, it does not cost a lot to make those jeans fit you exactly right.
Yeah, it's the tailoring is always going to help you. It's never going to be a bad idea.
Yes. Okay, and then our last thing that I need, and I'm afraid of this, but I'm going to
get you into the perfect blazer. Okay. All right? And these are great for, you can put this with anything. You can put it with a dress, either a long or short dress. These maxi dresses with blazers are all over the runway right now. And easy for work, or if you need a little polish, if you're going to the PTA meeting, pass up the sweatshirt, throw on a blazer, and I know you have a hard time. You feel that they're
boxy,
tricky for you, right? We need to get the fit right. And that's where that tailoring comes in. I was just going to
say, this is where I probably maybe should choose something I like, but invest the money in getting it tailored.
Absolutely. And length is key too, because not everybody is proportioned the same way. Yep. So if you're longer in the waist or longer in the hip, those are going to completely change the proportions of these other jackets, right? So go in, try a bunch, invest in a black one and a brown one, or another neutral.
Got it.
Yeah.
This has been so helpful. I am ready to weed some things out and then actually go shopping. Thank you so much for helping me today, Christopher. I feel like I've got so much more insight on what I have in my own closet, and I know how to shop my closet now.
Now you have the tools.
To learn more about what we've talked about today and Christopher Straub, visit his website, christopherstraub.com, or our website. We are talking kids mealtime fun with new dad, Christopher Straub. So you have a couple of adorable toddlers.
Yes, now, yeah, I do.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you've noticed that mealtime becomes more of a thing once you become a parent.
A lot more structure and keeping in mind variety and all.
Well, and you have to feed them every day, like all the time.
All the time, almost every day.
Almost every day. It's a regular thing. So sometimes finding healthy choices, introducing new foods. I mean, you can get stuck in a rut, and then also kids I feel like kids' palates are wide open and then start to shut down. So keeping them fresh and trying new things is a challenge.
And right now they do, and so I want to have them try new things.
Yes.
Now that they're excited about it.
Yeah. So one thing I found as a parent of 4 who are they're now bigger kids, but breakfast was sometimes a challenge because cereal's the go-to, but it's a lot of times full of sugar, or they gravitate towards things, and it really doesn't maybe sustain or stay with them. And a lot of times my kids didn't even want to eat that. It just seemed like too much of an effort to like sit down and eat. So I started making smoothies for them a long time ago. And what I love about smoothies is you can put things in there that they don't know are in there.
Secret ingredients?
Yes, and I don't ever believe in tricking my kids. I'll just say, hey, taste it and tell me if you like it. And then I will be like, there's kale in there, just so you know you eat kale now. And then they're like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna whip up a smoothie here, and then I'm gonna let you try it, and hopefully later your boys will try it and like it.
Definitely.
But it's easy. So I just have basically one of these little mini mixers or mini blenders. And mine came with 2 different containers, which I think is great because you can then mix up a couple days worth. And this probably, when this is full, this is easily going to feed both your boys in one full swoop, because this is going to be full of a lot of fruits, some veggie, and also a protein. I like to stick a protein in there.
That's great.
I like to stick almond butter in there. So I'm going to start with some kale.
Okay.
Kale's in there. We got to have a kale. And then a banana and some strawberries. And
So there's no like magic to this. Like you really get to just play around and do whatever you want.
You do, and a lot of times I'll put spinach. You can even put like half or like a few baby carrots. I mean, because those things are going to be kind of watered down or masked by the fruit. So, or they might taste, I mean, carrots are sweet, honestly. They might taste a hint of the carrot, but not identify it as a carrot, but then it's still in there. And then I like to add, since I'm not starting with frozen fruit, I do a lot of times use frozen fruit but I'm very careful to look that it says no sugar added. So I'm getting just fruit. So I like to add a little bit of ice to cool this off. And then of course our protein, which is the almond butter.
So if we don't want to do almond butter, what are some other alternatives?
I mean, you could do peanut butter. You honestly could do, there are like protein powders, and that's going to sustain them, or just look for other foods with protein.
Could you do yogurts?
You could definitely do yogurt. I typically do, when I do yogurt, I do like a non-sweetened Greek yogurt, and then I will add, typically my fruit will be enough, but then I taste it and we'll add some like raw honey to it rather than just sugar in there. So then this goes on here, and so I plop this in.
Okay.
This thing's kind of magic. So sometimes I also have to add juice, like a little splash of orange juice, or I use pomegranate juice a lot, but let's just see if we've got enough liquid. So twist and push. Oh yeah, taking it down. Keep going. And then once you see that funnel at the top, you know that you are ready to roll.
It's whisper quiet.
Yeah, it's so quiet. It's kind of like my boys' wake-up call. They're like, "Oh, Mom's making smoothies."
It's breakfast.
Yeah, so let's see. Oh yeah, it smells good. Are you ready to take a sip?
Yeah, should I drink right out of here?
Yeah.
It's great.
Is it good?
It's really good.
Good. And then you'll notice that it has gone down a little bit. We have the fresh ingredients. So a lot of times what I'll do is just continue adding ingredients and blend it up again until I get enough. But there was no magic to this.
No, that was easy.
Yeah, but a lot of times I will use my big blender to whip up a big batch of these. And then I simply pour them into freezer Ziploc bags and then make sure all the air is out. But I can then just lay them flat in my freezer. And so I can literally take out breakfast the night before, stick it in the fridge, and smoothies are ready to go because my kids actually hate the sound of this in the morning. So it's kind of nice to prepare things ahead of time.
So you just let it defrost in the refrigerator?
In the refrigerator the night before. Yeah, and then you're ready to roll.
Sounds good.
A great tip also is cutting the corner of the bag big enough where you can just actually then squeeze it into their cups.
I love it.
Okay, let's move on to lunch.
Okay.
Join us after these messages to hear my favorite ideas for lunch and dinner time. So we talked breakfast. We're moving on to lunch, which honestly, for me as a grown-up, is my favorite meal of the day. And I have a lot of fun making lunch for my kids too. So let's start with
I've never had fun making lunch. So
you haven't?
I'm excited that you're going to show me fun ways to do it.
So a lot of times kids, you know, we as adults eat tapas, or I mean, it's a thing. You'll go to a restaurant and get a plate of something this big and probably pay $25 for it. Yeah, but little bites of little things. So I like to fill ice cube trays with all kinds of little snacks. And this is lunch in itself. This tray is definitely enough for your two boys. I can just picture them eating lunch at their little table and then just helping themselves to whatever they want from here. And that is another important thing about feeding kids, is letting them help themselves to what they want to eat so they can determine their portions and don't feel like they are overwhelmed by too much of a certain food. Making those choices and definitely having the try me in the meal. Like, hey, you need to try one bite of this, but allowing them to serve themselves. It's a combo of the two.
I love this. Like, I don't see anything in here that they wouldn't
love. And if there's a play date, fill 2 of them. I mean, just let the kids sort of graze. This is also a great snack time option.
I would do this for me.
I know. I just want this ice cube tray sitting at my desk.
Exactly.
I can just pick little things out. So sandwiches are obviously a go-to for
easy
lunchtime.
and thing to ask for every day.
Every day, okay, that's good. But sometimes it's fun, especially if they're away from you during lunchtime, like you're packing a lunch, to maybe spice it up by taking a typical sandwich and using a cookie cutter.
Oh, so cool.
And then cutting a shape out. A lot of times kids don't like the crust anyways, which is my favorite part of the sandwich. So what I will often do is do something like this for my kids, and then I take the crust for myself, which is kind of weird, but I can't believe I just admitted that. But it is actually true because I like that. So as a special surprise, when they open up their lunch, they have a little sandwich in a shape.
So fun.
Which makes it, yeah, food is fun. And a lot of times when you are getting kids to eat something that they may not gravitate towards, just doing something different to it might entice them a little bit more.
I agree.
So also, we've got this adorable little fruit robot right here. And that is simply 2 cubes of watermelon with a couple of little tiny cubes of cantaloupe on top and some monster eyes.
And those are edible as well?
Yeah, yes. This actually would be the treat probably for your kids because it's candy. Okay. So, I mean, they can eat those. And then we've taken and made sort of this I Heart Minnesota shape. And these would be more items that you would have at home, probably not packed in a lunchbox.
Oh, because they need to be up.
Yeah, so then like on a plate, you might arrange this little caterpillar and put a couple of eyes on him.
So fun.
So that...
And I can see they would love taking these apart.
Yeah.
You know, like I think they love the sort of mechanics of it, and like, and it makes it interesting, and they don't even think about that this might be a healthier option. Yeah, I know a lot of times I have a friend who would refer to broccoli as trees. Like the kids thought it was really interesting to be eating trees. So it's all about the marketing, Christopher. Right, right.
Another thing I love to do, and I will still do this for my big kids, even the kids that are in high school if I pack their lunch, is enclose a little note. I love this little caterpillar note. And all this is, the antennas are just a bread twist tie. So once in a while putting something in there, and even if kids are little like yours and maybe not reading, honestly sending just a funny little drawing or something like that would be really fun for them to open up in their lunch to remind them of you.
Oh, I love that.
So then I love you.
That's really sweet.
So dinner time, I think that can be a really tough time because depending on when you eat, it's like kids are maybe hungry right away when they get home and encouraging them to wait, and maybe they're cranky by the time they get to dinner or tired. I mean, so continuing to make that fun, make it about doing like sharing highs and lows of the day. So it's a time when families come together as a family. A lot of times we eat breakfast on the go or quickly, lunch apart, but dinner is when, especially with young kids, we come together. And then what I like to do is make sure I do this purposely in my mind, make sure that there is a food on the table that everybody enjoys. So the main course may be something that no one besides myself enjoys, but kind of doing that so there's something everyone can eat so that I'm not getting up to make a separate meal, because I have done that before.
And that's happened where they don't like either of the things, and I don't want them to not eat at all.
Right, so then you do that. So the trick is having a go-to at the table that you know everyone is going to enjoy.
I love it.
All right, this has been fun.
I agree.
I'm hungry. We should eat some lunch.
I think so.
All right. Patty cake. Let's do patty cake.
Ready when you're ready.
All right.